So here we are. Full time has just happened about 5 minutes ago, and well, we're happy boys today. Happy boys. I think we should be positive.
Content. I'd say content.
Because you don't want to be too negative after a win. I know it wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, we got to be happy that we finished top of the group. You know, we've won 2 matches, 3 clean sheets, probably the best positive of them all. What we think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that last point. The 3 clean sheets, and given the fact that we play the football we do, which isn't the best to watch, I mean, at least we are going to be hard to play against. So when you're playing against a team like France or somebody, that defensive record will come into play. The fact that we're hard to play against, but I still feel like, I think the second half we had 0 shots on target. It's we're probably not going to play many more weak teams in the tournament, but it is. He does do it in the most boring way possible, doesn't he?
But at the end of the day, Southgate would say he's not. He's there to grind out results. We were 1-0 up. He will argue, let's just. You can just see him. You said it during the game. He will be like, see out the game. We won 1-0 and that's what we did. I mean, it's not scintillating football.
It wasn't even one, though, where, the difference between finishing first and second or whatever was basically negligible anyway. It's like, I still think it's a little OTT, the way to see out a game and not have any shots in the second half and things like that. The positive is that moving forwards...
The camera didn't pick that up. Mo's just let a dirty one rip.
No, that's actual shit in pants right there. But
he's not said a word so far apart from that.
Hey, that was my contribution to this whole episode.
It was the same as Southgate's tactics. But we said Saka, right?
Yeah.
A shout out to Saka.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Saka was very good.
Was he a man of the scratch or?
Yeah, well, we're watching right now. He's having a.
I would like you to eat some words about Saka, William.
Sorry. Okay, I said as in just because I didn't rate him as one of the best England players, which I mean, he had a good game. Why am I getting banned for that?
I said.
You deserve credit for calling it out, but I don't want to be, shat on for. I didn't say he wasn't good.
No, but you shat on me when I said we should probably start playing Saka.
Well, did you say we should start playing him?
No, but would you play Saka against France or something?
So it's likely. So I just had a look at the permutations. The potential is likely that now Germany will finish second in their group if they beat Hungary, and France pick up a result against Portugal. So it's looking like Germany in the next round. I mean, bloody hell. Do you play Saka?
I play Saka.
It is an interesting one, actually, because no one would have even... I didn't think Saka was going to get minutes in this tournament at all. And then when he was starting tonight, I think the general perception was, why is he starting and not Sancho? Again, I think it was very harsh. Sancho only got 7 minutes on the pitch. And I think Sancho obviously is still the better player. But fair play to Saka. He's always done well for England. He has played very well tonight. Would he play? I don't think he would. But...
if he's played well, I don't see why not.
Do you bring Foden back in? It's now a huge decision. It's now our next game could be Germany in a knockout game of the Euros. that's a huge game.
And sadly, I didn't realise it. Mount will
make it.
Mount is going to now be available for the next game.
He will be. They'll have made it by a day because we're playing on the Tuesday. Mount and Chilwell will be back. But he will get right back in their team, no doubt about that. He will be back in there.
This is the point I was trying to make a few months ago to you guys when I was saying about how Mount is becoming overrated, and it was annoying me. It's not that he's bad, and it's never been that he's bad. It's just that he gets special treatment that he should not get. There's no one else, even Foden, who towards the end of the season was playing unbelievably, and everyone was raving about him. He's not quite done it yet, but he's been taken out of the team, and I think he probably won't get back into the team for the next game. I don't think he will. So he doesn't get the special treatment either. But Mount, for some reason, you just know 100% now that he is eligible for the next game, even though Grealish today was better than Mount's been in the first 2 games, he actually got an assist. There's no chance he plays Grealish next game ahead of Mount. But that makes no logical sense. Like, anyone else will tell you he should be playing instead of him. But we know he's going to come back in.
What is it about this game that managers see that you think...
It's the defensive side. Because Southgate's always thinking defence first.
Because Tuchel's the same, and so was Lampard.
But I think one of the differences is, though, we play a midfield 3. All our creativity has to come from him. So it's a huge amount of pressure on someone who got 2 assists from open play last season in the Premier League. It's like even as you say, he's a good player, but that is an incredible amount of a burden on him when he's not that creative anyway. So it's no wonder we don't look creative midfield when he's our only outlet. And you've got Phillips, who even in this game just almost, he's a rabbit in headlights when he's further forward because he's a number 6 for Leeds. So
actually, another interesting thing about this game, he did take off Rice, didn't he? At
yeah,
half
he did.
time,
Yeah.
And he kept Phillips on. So Phillips is the only one,
The only outfield player.
Yeah, the only outfield player
to play every minute.
Every minute so far. So the fact he took Rice off at half time, is there any chance he wouldn't play Rice?
I think that was just for giving him a rest.
Yeah, but Rice wasn't that good.
Well, no,
he wasn't that good. But I mean, now Henderson's fit, for example. Would he maybe play Phillips as the deeper player and then bring Henderson in?
I'm eating a lot of words today. Henderson as well. To be fair, you know what? I like Bellingham as well. I'd put Henderson in there and maybe Bellingham as well.
I wasn't particularly confident with Bellingham though.
I just think when you're looking for a player who can offer a bit of everything.
Henderson and Bellingham are the all-rounders. Phillips and Rice are literally both number 6s who want to play as the linchpin midfielder, but they both happen to be being played as central midfielders, essentially, both of them playing alongside each other, and that's why it doesn't work, because they look too crabby playing in that system. But if you played one of them and you played a Henderson or a Bellingham who's a bit more all-rounder, slightly more advanced in front of them, that makes more sense.
But he's either got to drop one of his 2 favourites, Rice or Phillips, for them to come in.
I mean, to be fair, Phillips is his favourite. He'll drop Rice.
Yeah, he does really, really like Phillips. I still think he probably won't drop either, though, considering the standard of opposition is going to go up another notch. He always thinks defence first. The reality is, he'll go for his 2 defensive midfielders again, just as he wants, just as Neville wants as well.
So what's our predictions for the team against Germany then?
I think the back four's pretty sorted now.
Yeah,
I think Walker and Shaw will start.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Sterling obviously and Kane I think will be surefires.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what his thinking was behind. Has Trippier played since the first game? Did he come?
Not even come on. No.
I still can't quite get my head around why he played him in that game and not a minute since.
Well, no, I think it was just an adaptation for Croatia to give Mings a bit more security on that side of the defence. I think it was just for a bit of an experienced head, first game of the tournament.
But Croatia were the strongest team we played as well.
Yeah.
So do you think when we're playing a stronger team again, that's something he would go back to?
No, I think definitely now Maguire is there. I think.
Ooh, I think Liam might be onto something.
I don't think Trippier will play.
I'm just trying to work out what the logic even was.
That was really strange though.
With playing Trippier in the first place.
I think if we are trying to play a bit more defensive against a bigger team, I think that's what Southgate.
But I heard Southgate say it was because he was a bit afraid of Croatia, but more so first game of the tournament and wanted to protect Mings on that left hand side of defence. Right. So I think it was just a one-off. I really like. You might prove me wrong. I might be eating my words again. I'll have it with milk this time. But I think it'll be the same defence. I think that'll be the same defence for the rest of the tournament.
In fairness, I think our defence was best in the first game. There were times today and against Scotland where we kept the clean sheets, but we could easily have conceded in both of those games. Against Croatia, it was I felt pretty comfortable most of the game. So I mean, it's difficult to pick. But yeah, Maguire, you feel like now will be starting.
Now he's in
Stones
there.
will be starting. Walker will be starting. Most likely Shaw, it could be Trippier. Again, I think it will be Rice and Phillips.
I think he might. I don't know. I mean, Rice. Move Phillips back. I'd say Henderson. Fine. I'll go with Henderson. I think he's obviously going to bring him back.
But is this what you're predicting? Who he will go?
I'm predicting. Yes, I'm predicting him. If it was me, I would keep Mount out the squad, and I'd put Grealish where he was today.
And this is you. Yeah.
But I think he will. I think in terms of my prediction,
it's so frustrating. I genuinely was. I got it the wrong way around. I thought if we won and finished top, that meant Mount was going to miss the game. So I was celebrating, just chatting to my dad on the phone, this means Grealish will probably play the next game. But it's so mad that he just won't. And
he might put him. So if you're talking about now, there is a bit of a space on the left hand side, surely, because Saka might not necessarily start because he's still inexperienced. But Sterling hasn't set the world alight. So what about moving Sterling out to the right and Grealish on the left?
I think that makes a lot of sense. But Sterling has only played on the left. Every game he's playing out on the left.
So when Grealish came on against Scotland, where did he play? Played on the left.
Who did he come on for?
Foden.
Oh yeah, well he moved Sterling to the right.
He must have done.
Oh yeah, I was pretty gone. No, he was. Grealish was on the left.
Yeah.
So
it's possible. So he might have. So Grealish, surely he's done.
I would say based on this game, I don't know. I feel like Saka would have a chance
against Germany. You think he'd start?
I don't think he'd start against Germany though. Thing is, I wouldn't want him to start. He doesn't seem like the kind of player that's phased by big games. He just seems like a consistent player that gives you a good 8 out of 10 performance every game. That's what I do love about Saka. But yeah, he won't start just purely out of they want to. Southgate will want to put as many experienced heads in that team.
Maybe, but I think he maybe even trusts someone like Saka more than
I think
Grealish,
I think it's a great option to come on though. I think he's proven. He's like said, right, Saka, bang, look what he can do. I think he's now proven himself as a great option to come on. I don't think he'll start against a Germany.
But even when Grealish
go.
When Grealish came on and then he moved Sterling out to the right, it was like a tactical tweak at the end of a game. I'm not sure he would start with Sterling out on the right and Grealish on the left though. I just can't really see him starting with that, to be honest.
And is Saka much of an impact player? Like he's a great performer, but he's quite consistent.
It's mad.
Sancho is your impact
huge.
sub.
Amazing for Saka really, because we've talked about him in the past, and said he shouldn't even be in the squad, because he's just never ever going to make it on the left hand side.
You said.
No, I think we all did.
No,
you did as well.
No, I mean I agree. Look, he's played well today, but also this was, of all the games, this was sort of the dead rubber one. Would he play as well against a Germany? I mean, who was he up against today? I'm not even sure who the left back necessarily is for Czech Republic.
Holes,
I'm not too sure it was, but he played well. But I wouldn't go so crazy. I think if you're looking at it before, it makes logical sense. What we said, that I don't think going into the tournament you would have put him ahead of a Foden or someone like that, or even a Sancho or a Grealish, but. Fair play to him. He has stepped up at this moment. Yeah, maybe it is a bit premature for him to necessarily start against Germany, but he'll be one of the first ones he looks to now, and he might be ahead of someone like Foden. I mean, Foden, I don't think will be starting the next game, and if he has to bring someone on to change the game, maybe now he looks to a Saka instead of a Foden to bring on that wing.
I can imagine Foden being picked again, but then almost. With what's happened with Saka, Foden having a point to prove against Germany. Because, Southgate's done that when he's dropped players before and he's expected a reaction, and, the players have given him a reaction. So it might be some masterclass man management from Southgate.
He's a good man manager.
I do expect Mount to start, and I do expect Grealish to start as well.
Really?
I'm just
I don't know. I think Grealish will be out.
Yeah, I think so. But then it is really hard. It's hard,
Yeah.
So Mount will start. So we've got the defence, we've got the keeper.
We've got Sterling and Kane.
Wait, why? So you said managers like having Mount in the team because he offers more defensive work, right?
Mm.
So wouldn't Southgate just play? I'm not trying to I'm not trying to. Speak on behalf of Southgate, because we know what he's like, but surely you do Phillips, Mount, and then Grealish in that midfield.
Well, he's not done that so far. He's never done that.
No, but that's to attack. He likes Mount's defensive play for an offensive player, as in like when he's playing attacking mid, he presses from the front, and that's what he likes. Yeah. One of the reasons he doesn't like Grealish apparently is because he thinks he doesn't press very well. So he's always thinking defence, but even with his attacking players, he's only thinking about what they're doing defensively. He's hyper defensive. No matter where you are on the pitch. I
mean, it could work against Germany,
Yeah, no, it is difficult. The reason it's difficult is because I just can't think he plays on the right now. Saka's performance, if anything, has made it more confusing because I don't think, despite how well he played today, he will trust him enough to start against Germany. But he'll have him in mind. Foden's not done enough, sort of, to warrant a place there, and then Sterling would have to move to the right to accommodate Grealish, yet he's only done that for 20 minutes so far in the tournament. So for me, the strongest starting lineup will be Sterling on the right and then Grealish on the left, and then he will bring Mount back in and play him in attacking midfield. But I'm just not. I'm just not sure he'd do that.
When you put it like that, it does seem like Southgate should put Saka to start in the team, because if Southgate really picks his players based on trust, I don't think, you know, he probably looks at Foden and think, you're not going to do it for me against Germany based on the performances he has. You can't move Sterling to that right. You have a lot of chopping and changing that I don't think Southgate will want to do anyway.
The thing is, I think you can move Sterling to the right. I'm just not sure that he will.
I think the thing is, these are good problems.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we're talking about, you know, it's good stuff. You know, although Foden hasn't done it yet, you know, if he starts, I will have no problems. You know, as in, I think that'll be great. Saka starts, he deserves it. If Grealish starts, he's done enough.
How can we bring Kane more into the game? I know he played a bit better today.
I just think it's tricky. I think people keep complaining about Kane, but in the end of the day, it's cagey international football where we're playing really defensive tactics. So it's no wonder Kane isn't. You've really thrown me off. It's no wonder Kane doesn't perform particularly well in this system. Like, it's not very attacking football, so he's just going to get on the ball less. But, you know, he's a quality player.
He was a bit better today.
He was a bit better, yeah. And when we played more expansively in the first half, you know, he looked like his old self, coming and collecting the ball, bringing the ball in from, you know, even from midfield. You know, obviously always a threat in the box. So you've got to have him, because, you know, he'll be working off scraps, but he could produce that magic. You have to play him.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I just think, would Southgate be thinking to make sort of tweaks to try and get Kane into the game a bit?
But that would involve playing more creative midfielders, which I don't think he's going to do.
What he might think to do if we play Germany, actually, I only just thought, maybe he would even bring someone like Rashford and have him and Sterling and expect Germany to have most of the ball and play a little bit more
counter-attacking.
Of course, we've completely forgotten about 5 at the back as well. We've always said he might play 5 at the back against strong.
He might do 5, especially because Germany play at 5 to sort of match it up. So he's got people matched up against those wing backs.
Yeah, I mean, Calvert-Lewin and Sancho must be like, bloody hell, Rashford's come on in the 3 matches. You know, give it time, give it all that time.
But it is true, he's not.
But you know, just for sake of like just minutes, you know, get some other people on the pitch, see what they can do. You know, I saw Calvert-Lewin's face. He looked sick as a pig. There's a pig, that one over there.
That one looks sick as well. Oh, there he is.
So, but yeah, he's through.
Alright, so just to round off.
Sorry.
Just to round off what we think about the game, okay? Just you had to summarise.
So, biggest positives are clean sheets, looking solid. You know, in the end of the day, we've topped the group. And I think as far as Southgate will be is concerned, it will be everything that he kind of wanted, looking solid. So I'll be a happy man, but I think the wins have slightly paved over the cracks, and I would really fear playing a top nation. But let's go for it. We have plenty of quality.
And how are we setting up against, let's say, Germany?
I almost feel reluctant. I know that's sitting on the fence, but I'm reluctant to make any predictions. I think we could go 5 at the back.
At this point, I might just replace Wilgapel.
Yeah, but like, I don't want this episode to be about who do we predict will be in the squad. I want to say, I want the point to be we've got star quality. It's a reaction to the game. You know, we could play Germany, we could play France, we could play Portugal, we could play Hungary. So let's not make too many hypotheticals. We can look forward to a strong knockout game, and we've got every chance, and we'd be very difficult to beat. Okay, how's that for sitting on the fence for you?
He's been studying Jermaine Genius, so it's fine. You go, Liam. Same thing. Summarise.
Yeah, similar thing with the clean sheets. I think that's a positive. I think the way tournament football is, like you want to do well in the group stages, but the reality is that the teams that look good in the group stages don't necessarily normally do so well as they move on the tournament. When Portugal won it,
they
finished third.
They finished.
It was one of those things when they squeezed through third.
They did, and they didn't win a game in the group. They drew every match. They only won one game in the whole tournament in 90 minutes against Wales.
I mean and then Eder scored the winner. That was one of the worst Euros wins ever. And then Ronaldo claimed it all like it was all Ronaldo. It's like, what?
Punching his manager on the
That's the sad
sidelines.
thing. If we're going to do it, that's how Southgate's going to do it, isn't it? Like,
and he'll be there, yeah.
But at least looking at that as a positive, that's how it's been done in the past. I think we've got the potential to do that. Playing against the big teams, we are hard to play against. Yes, we're boring against the smaller teams we were again today, but a couple of good performances, and we look solid.